Hey, what's up, guys? This is Matthew Boyle from LanguageCardGames.com. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Today I want to do something a little bit different and give you a book recommendation, not so much a review. I haven't even finished the book yet, but I'm really liking it. The book is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it, if not read it. This is a book that I've heard mentioned a lot throughout my life, but I always kind of wrote it off because to me it sounded like some kind of get rich quick scheme or some kind of spam advertisement or company. But it's actually not. It's a book full of a lot of solid advice. Napoleon Hill was an associate and friend of Carnegie, and he was charged with Carnegie of this task of going around America and interviewing and getting to know all the most highly successful individuals around and compiling their principles and their advice. Sorry about the glare there. Compiling their principles and their advice for people who want to make their dreams come true and become successful in whatever field they're in. So it turned out to be a really good buy. I got this from a local book sale just for $1, and I think it's going to be worth hundreds, if not thousands or tens of thousands of dollars to me over the coming years, because what it does is it emphasizes your internal development. So how do you write down your aims? How do you write down your goals? How do you keep them in mind every day? And how do you focus on developing your internal confidence and direction to such a high level that your external reality can't help but shift and start to get behind you or start to materialize those opportunities that you're looking for. So it's all about how do you start with a very strong belief and definite aims, and once you have that, not giving up until things start to shift and things start to happen. And what I want to do is I'm about halfway through, and I want to read you a section that I'm really liking. I think it's chapter 6. Let me get to it really quick. Yeah, it's chapter 6, I think, and it's called Toward Riches, Organized Planning. And there's a lot of great lists in this book, things to do, things to follow through on. And this is a list called Why Leaders Fail. We come now to the major faults of leaders who fail, because it is just as essential to know what not to do as it is to know what to do. And I'm going to read you the first one in full, and then just read you the titles of the numbers 2, 3, 4, and so on really quickly. Okay, number 1 says, an inability to organize details. Efficient leadership calls for ability to organize and to master details. No genuine leader is ever too busy to do anything which may be required of him in his capacity as a leader. When a man, whether he is a leader or follower, admits that he is too busy to change his plans or to give attention to any emergency, he admits his inefficiency. The successful leader must be the master of all details connected with his position. That means, of course, that he must acquire the habit of relegating details to capable lieutenants. So this can help to give you a sense of kind of the writing style. It's very practical, very direct, especially with the advice and list parts. Okay, number 2 is unwillingness to render humble service. Number 3 is expectation of pay for what they know instead of what they do with what they know. Number 4 is fear of competition from followers. Number 5 is a lack of imagination. Number 6 is selfishness. Number 7 is intemperance. Number 8 is disloyalty. Number 9 is emphasis on authority of leadership. And number 10 is emphasis of title. Again, these are reasons why leaders fail. Another thing I really like about this book is a lot of the self-help and motivational and small business or entrepreneurial books tend to be full of a lot of examples of people and what they did, which I think is good up to a point. But sometimes you'll find a 200 or 300 page book, and more than half of the book is just full of stories of people. And to me that adds up to being a lot of fluff. There's not really a lot of practical or actionable advice and steps. So this book is a great blend of stories and examples of people which are short and really colorful, and there's a few in every chapter, but also in every chapter is some really practical, actionable advice. So I would highly recommend this if you're looking for ways to make your dreams and your plans successful, whatever those are. I think it's definitely worth the read. So, and it's been around for decades. I think almost 100 years. I mean, it's getting up there. Maybe it's not quite 100 years, but it's getting close. So Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. A recommendation from me, Matthew Boyle at Language Card Games. And let me know what you think of this book if you've read it, or if you have any questions about it, I'd be happy to answer. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you back here next time at Language Card Games.